As a review from yesterday, you guys should be able to solve these first 6 problems because today we are going to be covering how to add integers with the same or different signs as a review for your assignment for tomorrow. So take a moment to answer these questions and then come back to check the answers. The absolute value of -7 is 7. Absolute value of 5 is 5. Absolute value of -23 is 23. Remember, absolute values always have positive answers. And then for comparing, absolute value of -6 is really 6. So 6 is the same as 6. Absolute value of -12 is really just 12. -4 is less than 12. And the absolute value of 8 is just 8. So 8 is greater than -7. Today, with each problem that we complete, we're going to do so visually and then also use the rule. So we're starting off easy today. We have 1 plus 3. So we're going to use the number line. We start at 1. And adding 3 means we're going to go 3 up the number line or 3 to the right. So 1, 2, 3. My answer should be 4. If we were going to use integer chips are positive and negative chips. When you have a positive and negative that you put together, they will cancel each other out. So if we think about, we have a 1 and we have a 3. They're both positive numbers. So my first number 1, I have 1 chip. My second number is 3. So I'm going to add 3 more positives. Well, nothing's going to cancel because I don't have any negatives. So I just count how many positives. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 positive. And if we would use the rule, well, they're the same sign. So we just add the numbers together. 1 plus 3 is 4. They're all positive, so my answer is positive. Any way we do it, we got the same answer of 4. The number line and integer chips work the same when you have negatives. With the number line, our problem is -5 plus -3. This is where I start at the first number, so I'm going to start at -5. And then because it's -3, negatives move down or to the left. So I have to go 3 left. 1, 2, 3. And I end up at the answer, -8. We can check to see if we did that right using integer chips. When I think about integer chips, my first number is -5. So I need 5 negatives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My second number is -3, so I need to add 3 more negative chips. And remember, only if we have 1 positive and 1 negative would they cancel. I have only negative, so I just count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 negatives, or -8. And then if we use the rule, remember the rule is when they have the same sign and they're both negatives, we add our numbers. So 5 plus 3, I know is 8. And we keep the sign. Both of these numbers were negative, so my answer has to be negative. Every way we did it, we get -8. Here, the problem is -7 plus 4. It's going to work the same way. If we're using our number line, which is our first image we could use, the start is at -7. So I find -7. And this is a positive 4. Positives move up or to the right. So that means I need to go right 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here, my answer should be -3. When we use integer chips for this, we look at the first number, which is -7. So I need 7 negative chips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And my second number is a positive 4. So that means I need 4 chips that are positive. Now in this case, because we have some chips that are positive and some that are negative, any one that we can combine a positive with a negative, so those four, they all cancel each other out. So I'm left with just this over here, which is 3 negatives, or -3. And then finally, if we use the rule, when we have different signs, so we have a -7 and a +4. Remember, I said we take the absolute value of both numbers, so the absolute value of -7 and the absolute value of 4, well, that's 7 and 4. We're going to subtract them, which is 3. But then we take the sign of the number further from 0. -7 is further from 0, so that means my negative sign is going to transfer over to my answer. No matter how we solved, every time we got the same answer of -3. Here is one more example. It says to draw an image to solve the problem, and our problem this time is 3 plus -8. So if we use the number line, if this is the visual you prefer, we start at the first number, which is 3, and it's negative. Negatives move down or to the left. So I'm going to have to jump -8, or 8 units left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I landed the answer -5. If you prefer the visual of integer chips, we think about our two numbers kind of separately. My first number is a +3, so I have 3 chips that are positive. My second number is a -8, so I draw 8 chips that are negative. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then remember, any chip that matches a positive and a negative together, this is why I draw them stacked, they're going to cancel each other out. So this is all gone, and then I'm left with what's over here. Well, if I count that up, that's 5 negative chips, or -5. And then lastly, we can use the rule as well. So if we have 3 plus -8, because they have different signs, we take the absolute value of both, so the absolute value of 3, the absolute value of -8, which is 3 and 8. We subtract my numbers. Well, when we subtract, we always do the bigger minus the smaller. So we're going to take 8 minus 3, which I know is 5. And then we go back up to this original and we look at which one is further from 0, 3 or -8. Well, -8 is further from 0, and I'm going to take the sign from that number. It's negative, so that means my answer is negative. No matter how I did the problem, I got the same answer every single time. What I would like you guys to do for your final problem, which is 9 plus -3, is to try all 3 methods on your own and then come back to the video and double check your answers. So looking at this problem, the problem says 9 plus -3. If we're going to use the number line, we start at the first number 9, so I'm going to start at 9. And then we move -3. Because it's negative, negatives go to the left. So I'm going to go 3 units down the number line, or to the left. I end up at the number 6. If we would try this with chips, my first number is 9 and it's positive, so that means I need 9 chips that are positive. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. My second number is -3, so I need 3 chips that are negative. And then we think about what's going to cancel. Any positive that has a negative to match with is going to cancel. And then I just count what's left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, and they're positive, so I don't have to write a plus in front. And the last way we could do it is using the rule. because they have different signs, 9 and negative 3, we take the absolute value of both numbers to get 9 and 3. We subtract big minus small, and then we look back up in the original and we figure out which one was further from 0. 9 is further from 0 than negative 3, and 9 was a positive, so that means my answer should be positive 6 and not negative. No matter how we did the problem, we got the same answer every time.